Okay, so just went back and looked at the last couple recordings, and I noticed that you couldn't hear me. Apparently the game audio completely drowned me out. I knew I should have turned it back down after showing off the super 90s music. Hopefully it's better now, because this is one of those games that only has autosave and only one file, so I can't really go back and fix it. As for commentary, you missed pretty much just me reading this and occasionally whining. Moving right along. Unless, of course, somebody would like to play at being a good Samaritan like our dear Miss Langley a few nights ago. The look the prince serves you and Sophie is a cruel jest. Sophie takes it gracefully, smiling and slipping her arm into yours in a strange public show of affection. Nobody says anything. The vampire named Howard jumps to his feet and makes for the window. Yeah, sure, why not? In a split second, you make your choice. Focusing your blood, you dash forward and grab Howard by the back of his jumpsuit, pulling him away from the window. You expect some resistance, but find you don't have to worry about it when a swift cut separates Howard's head from his body. You let go, and the headless corpse slumps to the ground. Kadir is standing between you and the window, his sword drawn, an ugly smile on his face. Well, Lawful Stoop, your eagerness is laudable, if unnecessary. That Howard fellow couldn't have hoped to escape his fate, not with Kadir's expertise. However, I have made note of this show of loyalty, on both your and your patron's accounts. I would like to thank Miss Langley for bringing this anarch thug to mine and Kadir's attention. I assume all have found this verdict satisfactory? It's a rhetorical question, and everybody here knows it. Then I consider tonight's meeting concluded. Good night to all of you. She steps out of the room, and you see that many of the guests motion to do the same. Sophie seems to be conversing with somebody, a serious-looking man in a trench coat, about what transpired. You probably have the time to strike up a conversation of your own, too. Kadir Al-Azmai is still here, but clearly getting ready to leave, for one. Sorry for the sudden cut there. I decided to turn the game sound down even more so that it's just this light background noise. You're not missing anything. The occasional sound effect, and I mean very occasionally, I think I've noticed like 4 in total, and the same music that's been going for the entire game. Yeah. Both Larson and Arturo seem to have stayed around too. One is still moping around, the other still chatting with the remaining attendants as if nothing happened in the meantime. Let's talk to Kadir. The sheriff's mood seems to have improved, so you decide there won't be a better shot at saying your piece. He's just sheathing his sword as you approach. Sheathing? I can't pronounce. I can't pronounce much of anything, as you would know if I hadn't completely botched the last 3 recordings. He notices you just before his face turns from a melancholic frown to his regular predatory smirk. You seem to have caught him at a moment of reflection. What is it, Lawful Stoop? I wanted to thank you for bringing me here. I want to thank you for bringing me here in one piece, for giving me a chance. An emotion creeps into Kadir's face that you haven't seen the sheriff exhibit yet. Is that gratitude? It's fleeting, only there for a moment, gone in the blink of an eye. It was trying on my nerves, and you were still far and away from proving that it was the right thing to do. I don't think that a few kind words will let you off the hook. Still, I have to admit, I was as surprised as the prince when you jumped on the occasion to stop that anarch from escaping. I was sure Valerie would have beat you to it. If there's nothing else, I'll be taking my leave. Do you enjoy being sheriff? You don't seem like you do. In fact, you don't seem like you enjoy much of anything. You look pretty broody. Tell me, do you enjoy this, being a sheriff for Prince Panhard? Enjoyment has nothing to do with it. It's my duty. When Calibro was asked me to fill the shoes of the sheriff and root out our enemies, I was glad to serve the sect. I probably butchered that name. Sorry for the cut there, I was screaming at the dogs. When Helen, we're just gonna go with Helen, became prince and asked that I keep doing this, I agreed, because I believe in the Camarilla and I respect the fact that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. So, in other words, he's a big Spock fan. He picks up the sword and turns to the stairs. If more kindred understood that, my job would have been much duller, though. On that note, I wish you a good night. And watch yourself. You messed up my batting average. I'll be sure to keep a close eye on you. With that final threat, he leaves the gallery. It's right about when Sophie also ends her conversation and walks over to you. Interesting evening, wasn't it? Come, Gregory's waiting downstairs. She seems preoccupied with something and not in a talkative mood. It's an awkward ride back to the city. All our rides have been pretty friggin' awkward and talkativelessness. Yes? This time you arrive at another building, just 2 streets across from your apartment. She brings you upstairs through a very nice lobby and a luxurious-looking hall into her domain. Please, have a seat. I shall be right with you. You take in the surroundings. The apartment is like a gallery, an old-school smoking room that you've seen in some period piece once. And I don't know how to pronounce it. Nouvelle Rich. I don't know. The only other place I've ever seen that word is from Yakuza. I think it was Yakuza 0. Living room, meticulously put together. I think it's French. Apologies, old habits die hard. Clearly some stick with you even after your death. Also, yes, vampires can smoke. She drags on the cigarette, breathes out. Breathes. How is she doing that? Can you do that? It's not hard, actually. You just have to kind of like... You have to focus on it. And, you can actually make it, you can actually make it, autonomic for a price. Oh yes, you might not know, it takes some practice, but you can keep smoking if you'd like. Other things change too. Experiment, you might surprise yourself. But I'm not bringing you here to show off. This is where I rest these nights. That door in the back, the bedroom, similar to yours. I have servants and bodyguards in addition, of course. I brought you here because I need you to trust me. When I told you before that I needed your best behavior to uphold my good standing with the court, I meant it. But that's not the whole story. I have your interest in mind too. That's why I've given you your own haven. Why I'm trying to teach you how to navigate this new reality. But you need to trust me or else this won't work out. You can come here whenever you feel like asking me something, when you're in trouble too. No, I hope that won't happen often. I would ask you to come here when you wake up tomorrow. I'll have something to discuss with you. Why not discuss it right now? Why not talk right now since we're here together? I still need to follow up on a few things before we speak. Patience, fledgling. That silence again. There's definitely something on Sophie's mind tonight, but she doesn't seem eager to share it with you just yet. I'm leaving for another visit. Come downstairs with me, we'll give you a lift. A quick trip, some polite goodbyes, and a promise that you'll show up tomorrow later. You open the door to your haven and gather your thoughts. It's exciting, in a way, being dragged deeper and deeper into this secret society and its rules. Whatever Sophie has planned for you, it's bound to teach you more things about this thing you have become. You sink into your vampiric sleep with just a sliver of hope. It's a welcome change. God, it is eating at me that I fucked up those last 3 recordings and can't go back. Like, this is something I was dreading with... What was it, Mega Man? Bound to happen sooner or later. I don't know, maybe someday I'll go back and do another playthrough of this. Not right now. No. Once more, darkness falls upon the city. You wake up, same as you have these past few nights, in a windowless room. As you pry open the reinforced steel door, you look out the window to see, invariably, a sky bereft of sunlight. And then it hits you. The hunger. For a moment, you let yourself wonder if there will ever come a night when it's just not there. Given what you've learned thus far, you probably have as much chance of kickstarting your heart with jumper cables. And for the record, no. If you're a vampire, that won't work. It'll hurt a little bit. Not nearly as much as you would expect, but it will. You lock the apartment behind you and head over to Sophie's apartment. Apartment. You did promise to call on her, might as well not keep the lady waiting. And hey, what else are you gonna do? Call Jess? Yeah, right. What would you tell her? If she even picked up at all, she'd probably use the opportunity to stick some more needles in you. Or worse, persuade you to come back. Or go back to work? Yeah, who are we kidding? HR probably found a replacement the day after you went missing. Nobody ever cares if you got kidnapped or turned into a creature of the night. These thoughts put you in a weird mood. It's a strange sensation to walk the crowded streets, same as you have so many times before, but feeling so disconnected. All these people, you're not one of them. Not anymore. You're a vampire. Kindred, and you need to carve your own path in this strange new existence, one way or another. Appropriately enough, you arrive at Sophie's building just as that thought crosses your mind. A quick word with the security guard and you're led into the elevator. Apparently, Mrs. Langley is expecting you. Of course she is. You knock and wait, patiently, as the footsteps on the other side grow closer. Finally, the door opens and Gregory, Sophie's driver, invites you inside. You find the lady herself, standing by the window, silhouetted against the city's midnight glow. She stares out, motionless, like a marble statue. That's not motionless, or marble. It looks like she's falling asleep. Good evening, Sophie. She doesn't react immediately, but seems to snap out of some meditative state and looks at you with strangely bleary eyes. Calling it, she's auspexing. She's psychicking. Yeah, since the recording got all fucked up, you missed my musings on all the different disciplines. I'm not going back over them right now, because I forgot most of them. Yes, good evening, LawfulStupid. I was wondering, when you look out at this city, when you see the lights, hear the hum, smell the rain on the pavement, you think about. You gaze out. The lights and rain, the relentless honking below, music blasting from a nearby window, echoing off buildings. Someone should record an hour of this and throw it up on YouTube as an ambient piece. Didn't Michael Moore do that for, like, 24 hours in front of a building once? And then put it out as a movie for people to pay to see? I don't know. I just seem to remember that happening. And being pretentious. Other than that, though, it's business as usual. The sights, the sounds, the smells. You know them all too well. Well, I don't. I've never been to New York. Sophie watches you. You can tell she's disappointed somehow, but she covers it up with a courteous smile. I'm also not going to reread all the dictionary entries. Most all I did was actually read them verbatim. Well, not everyone can appreciate the intricacies that the world offers. In fact, among kindred, my clan is somewhat notorious for finding innate meaning even in the mundane. Clan. A bloodline of vampires who share common characteristics passed on through the blood from sire to child. There are 13 known clans, all of which were reputedly founded by members of the third generation. This is actually wrong. Let me see. There are actually 15 known clans. It's complicated. Suffice to say that 2 of them, one of which we're probably going to end up meeting, the Giovanni and the one we're likely to meet, the Tremere, they are actually new, quote-unquote new, as in under 1,000 years old. All of the others are like 5,000 plus. You see, the blood that flows within me is that of Clan Toreador. I think that was mentioned, and even if it wasn't, I massively called it. She's super obviously a Toreador. Like, amazingly obviously. Clan Toreador. Many Toreador emerge from the ranks of accomplished artists, both new and faded, but not all artists need wield a brush. To the Toreador, art encompasses all forms of entertainment and stimulation. Clan of the Rose courts the greatest actors, singers, writers, dancers, and even sex workers, if the degenerates believe such mortals will offer something new to their clan. Degenerate being a term to refer to Toreador, not sex workers. I'm just gonna skip over that topic. Despite the custom of embracing only the best, Toreador fixation on beauty and innocence has caused many a diva, another Toreador nickname, to make a fledgling in haste. Many a moonlit night, new clan members have emerged as shallow hedonists, one-hit wonders, or just a stunning body with nothing else to offer. Nicknames: divas, harlots, sensates, perverts, hedonists, degenerates. Actually, pervert is it's technically a nickname for the Toreador, but it's not. We might get into it. Suffice to say, there's technically like two types of every clan. The normal one and one that I've never been able to pronounce. They're usually the Sabbat, the Sabbat version of their clan. It's the ones that aren't with the main chunk of the clan. Those are the perverts, and that's because they're basically the equal opposite of the Toreador. They tend to get off on torture, like, a lot. Like, it's the only thing that they focus on is just horrible brutality, to the point it even starts making me uncomfortable. And my favorite clan is the Shamisi. If you know what a Shamisi is, then me being uncomfortable with the Toreador will probably kind of surprise you. And if you don't, we'll probably get to them. I hope we get to them. Let's just read this one first. Bloodline, a vampire's heritage, see also clan. I don't know why that one needed to be in there. There are 13 such bloodlines among us kindred, though that number has been contested in the past, and these nights it seems that nothing is certain anymore. The clans have gone by many epithets over the years, but the names used these nights have their roots in medieval times. The original Inquisition, if you can believe it. They used these to categorize us, describe our inherent differences. In time, we adopted them ourselves. She's actually wrong about that. Like, massively wrong. Most of the, I think it's most of the, most of the clan names actually refer to the antediluvian of the clan, the clan's progenitor. It usually refers to their name. Kind of. Some of them are really complicated and kind of stupid. Like, for example, the aforementioned Tremere and Giovanni. That was their clan founder's name. And in the case of the Giovanni, that's all of their names, because incestuous mobsters. Don't ask. A vampire created through the embrace. The child. A vampire created through the embrace. The child is the progeny of their sire. This term is often used derogatorily, indicating inexperience. Plural, childer. Gotta blow a nose, but there's nothing left to blow. It's been a bad couple days. Week. Moving on. Each clan has a uniqueness about it, inescapable, originating from an ancient progenitor carried from sire to child. For the Toreador, the gift lies in a sensitivity of sorts. Sorry about your eyes. We are uniquely attuned to beauty and ugliness both. We can see either where most cannot. Either? Oh, pff. Duh. A blessing on most nights, occasionally a curse. He is? That threw me for a loop. I was expecting he was an Asamite. We probably won't get into them. Maybe we will. The sheriff is of my clan as well, although you'd be hard-pressed to see him as such. Poor Kadir. It breaks my heart to see him in this state. Still, there is a beauty to it as well. Nothing like a good fall from grace. Try as she might to act playful, you can tell she genuinely cares. She lets her gaze wander for a brief moment, but is quick to regain her composure. Then there are the Ventrue, known for their pride and a proclivity to rule over others. The prince represents that clan, as is quite common in our society around the globe. The Ventrue are probably one of the most well-known clans, because they're pretty heavily modeled off of, like, Bram Stoker, Dracula. But they're not actually Dracula's clan. Yeah, Dracula is a character in the World of Darkness. He's a Shemisi. It's weird. It's also kind of complicated how he's a Shemisi. While many other clans claim positions of influence in mortal politics and business, no one can rival the Ventrue in the game of pure power and wealth. They have long been the leaders of the Camarilla, holding more positions of power than any other clan, and they are loath to give that up. The Ventrue believe in the strength of tradition and lineage. The embrace is one of their most important rituals, and the choice of child affects the way other members of the clan treat the sire. The Ventrue therefore aim to embrace overachievers, politically or financially powerful kind, or those with a talent that sets them apart from the masses. They maintain that they are destined to rule all kindred, no matter the sacrifices involved. The detractors call them Little Lords, Borgias, and Tyrants. Those who respect Ventrue, for keeping the Camarilla together, use terms like Blue Bloods, Patricians, or Warlords. I have a special hatred for the Ventrue because they are, with the only possible exception being the Bruja, the single most overindulged clan in the entirety of the lore of Vampire the Masquerade. Nobody wins as often as the Ventrue, and with as much like thinning of the plot, like stretching believability to make it so. Like, seriously, look it up. They basically win every single thing ever except the 100 Years' War. Yeah, they were one of the factions in the 100 Years' War, which was fought against the Toreador. And I think that came to a draw. Because reasons. I'm gonna pause it, because my face is about to explode. I can feel it. Shockingly, no, it didn't. Oh, that was terrible. Everything just feels like it's stiffening, and I'm sure you're getting really disgusted. So I should stop, but I won't. But I will, because I'm going to keep going, and we're almost out of time. Did I read that? Yes. Now, here we get to our clan. Where the Blue Bloods think themselves rulers, the Bruja like to see themselves as preeminent revolutionaries. They call for universal rebellion while being slaves to their own temper. Clan Bruja have always embraced from the ranks of those sympathetic to counterculture and revolution. Not always, but hopefully we won't get to that. Yeah, I said hopefully won't. Trust me, it's dumb. They seek out allies who question normative ideas and recognizing the fire of the oppressed. They gravitate toward the underdog. Common perception place punks, gang members, maladjusted immigrants rejected by the society that should protect them, and placard-carrying and Molotov-wielding rioters among the Bruja. While the above is sometimes true, the clan adheres to no single ideology, and their desire for dissent reaches as deep as the fraudster ripping off his own company, the lawyer representing the poor pro bono, the neo-Nazi claiming to be alt-right, and the basement dweller downloading thousands of movies illegally for redistribution on streaming sites. Fledglings embrace to fight and protest are commonly referred to as rabble, as rebels, punks, or rabble. They have a lot of nicknames. I don't know why I only gave 3. I'm just gonna finish out the clan thing and then we're gonna call it, because it's probably gonna take a while. We don't discuss the rabble much anymore, not after they've largely broken off with the Camarilla. To think they were philosophers once long ago. I hope to tell you more about some of the other bloodlines tonight. Yeah, we should probably ask this. I'm just curious to see if she knows. You know what my clan is? No, I can only guess at it based on certain aspects of your behavior and tastes. You will need to come to your own conclusion and seek validation from your clanmates, if you require such a thing. As you will no doubt learn, some kindred fit these stereotypes more than others. The blood is hard to deny, though there are certainly those who try. But that is perhaps a subject for another time. I invited you here for a reason. There is something I wanted to speak to you about. Yeah, a lot of vampires fall into the stereotype. And some of them will actually surprise you with how far they deviate from it. And then there are the ones who are super well known for deviating from it, like Beckett. It is customary in our society, especially among younger kindred, to organize into coteries. Sometimes these are called by the prince themselves, or mandated by a fledgling sire. In our case, you may treat it as more of a strong recommendation. I want you to seek out companions, not only because you need to learn about our society, but also because it is useful. True friendships are rare among kindred, but having allies, even temporary ones, is something of a necessity these nights. We might be selfish creatures, but we are drawn to each other nonetheless. I'm actually curious. So tell me, are you part of a coterie? Any close allies? I do have those that I trust enough to work with, yes. Not a coterie exactly, though I have joined several of those over the years. Not in over a century, though. You, however, you would do well to meet some of the city's younger kindred and see if you can find a connection. It's an essential experience for one so young. And I mean, you bought the game based on the whole premise of making a coterie, so why avoid it? She puts on a mysterious smile, and that's what we're gonna call it. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Click the bell because YouTube hates you and me equally. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter. I don't use it much, pretty much just to announce the latest LP as I put the first video out, and occasionally let a single rambling statement fall out of my face hole onto the keyboard and then onto the internet. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share, blah, blah, blah. I already did that. I'm just rambling at this point. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.